If your car has a check engine light or feels slower than usual, it may be time to change the oil of your car. I've done dozens of oil changes on a variety of cars and have researched the best ways to find information concerning the oil in your car. By the end of watching this video, you should have an idea of why oil is important for your car, as well as how and when you need to change it. Some of the tools that will be needed are new oil and oil filter for your car, a jack and jack stands, a socket wrench and oil filter wrench, an oil catch pan and funnel, and some cleaning solution and shop rags. The first step is to get the car off the ground. Using the jack, place it under a structural point of your car and lift it high enough for you to get under the car. Now you may wonder why changing the oil is important. It's because it acts as a cleaning agent, lubricant, and coolant for your engine. And after time and wear, the oil gets dirty and coarser, damaging the internal parts of your engine. Next, you will place jack stands underneath the frame of the car and lower the car onto them. This is an extremely important safety step because according to DaninaPoints.com, 74% of injuries while working on cars are from failure to use jack stands. Now that the car is safely in the air, give the car a little shake just to make sure that it doesn't fall if you accidentally knock into it. Place an oil pan directly underneath the drain plug and remove it with the right size socket wrench. Turn counterclockwise until it's loose enough to undo with your fingers. Pull the plug out and try not to drop it into the oil pan. Next, remove the oil filter by loosening it with the oil filter wrench and taking it off the rest of the way by hand. Then you can clean the area around the oil filter with brake clean and a rag. You want to do this so you can tell if there's any leaks in the future. With that cleaned, you can now open the new oil filter and lubricate the O-ring with some of the new oil. Install the new filter by screwing it on and only tightening it by hand. You can clean around the drain plug the same way you did with the oil filter. This is also to see if there's any leaks. Once the oil has completely drained from the engine, you can replace the oil drain plug and tighten it with a socket wrench. Do not tighten the drain plug too much, or else you may break the threads and have to replace your oil pan. Now remove the oil pan from underneath the car and lower the car the opposite way that you raised it, raising the car with the jack and taking the jack stands out from underneath the car. When you lower the car, make sure that you go slowly to prevent injuries or damage. The previous steps showed how to take the oil out of the car. Now we will be putting the oil back into it. Remove the oil fill cap and place a funnel into the hole. Fill the engine with the new oil that you have, but make sure that you do not put the wrong kind of oil into your car. ConsumerReports.org says that the best way to find what kind of oil to use is by reading your car's owner's manual. Once you have filled the oil with the correct amount, check that the dipstick is showing oil in between the low and full lines. Finally, remove the funnel using a rag to prevent any drips, and replace the oil cap and tighten it by hand. You can now start the car, and while it's running, you can check underneath to make sure that there are no leaks. You should change your oil every 6 months, or 5,000 to 7,500 miles. This keeps your engine healthy and will allow it to last a very long time. Changing the oil is one of the maintenances that can help your car drive for as long as you need it to. Now that you know the importance of changing oil and how to do it yourself, do an oil change, and maybe you can help your car reach its next 100,000 miles.